Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, I'm going to bring you guys the Liverpool versus Leicester match preview. So the boys and girls, the international break now finally over, and after a brilliant result last round in Premier League action a few weeks ago, as we beaten Wolves 1-0 at the King Power Stadium, sending us top place in the Premier League table heading into the international break. We can finally get back to Premier League action now, as this weekend we will travel to Anfield to take on Liverpool in a huge game at the top of the Premier League table. So with that being said, in today's video I'm going to bring you guys the Liverpool versus Leicester City match preview. I'll run through the Liverpool side of things, my thoughts on tomorrow's game, my predicted lineup, and also my score prediction for tomorrow's huge game at the top of the Premier League table. But just before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys are going to enjoy today's video as I bring you guys the Liverpool versus Leicester match preview. The usual content is now back on the channel after another boring international break. So if you guys are going to enjoy today's video, let me know by dropping a like or subscribe to the channel if you haven't seen my face on your screen before. We are edging ever closer to 1,500 subscribers and we are aiming to hit it by the start of December. So if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go down below and turn that subscribe button red, because we do not want to see any red on here. Also turn on my channel post notifications so you guys never miss any future videos on the channel just like this one. Follow my social medias, that'll be down there, links to them will be in the description down below. Let me know your thoughts on tomorrow's game, your score predictions in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into the Liverpool versus Leicester match preview. So then, getting straight into today's match preview, as always, going to start off by talking a bit about the oppositional side of things. Of course, we take on Liverpool tomorrow away from home at Anfield in that huge game in the Premier League. And this week on the channel, I've got my good mate Finn from the channel Welford TV to come on the channel and bring you guys the Liverpool side of things heading into tomorrow's game. He's going to talk about his score prediction and everything you need to know about Liverpool heading into tomorrow's huge clash at Anfield. So yeah, big thanks to Finn for coming on the channel today. Go and subscribe to his channel Welford TV. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But yeah, I'm going to hand over to Finn. He's going to bring you and me the Liverpool side of things heading into tomorrow's game.
Hello everyone, I'm Finn from Welford TV. Thanks a lot, Josh, for having me on your channel. So obviously our game, Liverpool v Leicester, is on Sunday. It's going to be a very, very good game with both teams starting off very, very good in their first couple of games of the Premier League. But a big impact on this game is going to be injuries. I know you yourselves, Leicester, have had a lot of injuries yourselves, but my team, Liverpool, have had a ridiculous amount of people out with either isolating with COVID or injuries. So it's going to be very, very tough. There's going to be about 3 or 4 players that played against City be starting in our game against Sunday. So it's going to be very, very tough for Liverpool to give out a solid squad and get a solid result. So for me, I was going to go for a nice, easy 2-1 Liverpool win. But over the past couple of weeks, we've had so much bad luck with injuries and people getting COVID. So for me, I'm going to go for a 1-1. I think that's the most positive I can physically think about it. I think Leicester are going to come at us. They know how many injuries we've got, how weak our back line is, and I think Vardy, Harvey Barnes, Maddison, they're all going to be up for it. They know how weak our back line will be. So it's going to be a very tough game for Liverpool personally. I think Leicester have got the upper hand in the amount of injuries we've got, but I think Liverpool will still give the best shot. It's still going to be a decent team. You're still going to have Mane, Firmino, Jota, Wijnaldum, Naby, Alisson. It's still going to be a lot of good players, but it's going to be a lot tougher for Liverpool. It's not going to be the usual strength team you're used to Liverpool seeing. But once again, thanks a lot, Josh, for having me on your channel. It does mean a lot. And yeah, up the Reds, I guess. See you all later.
So boys and girls, that was the Liverpool side of things heading into tomorrow's game. A big thanks to Finn for coming on the channel. Go and subscribe to his channel, Welford TV. Links to his channel will be in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get into the Leicester side of things heading into tomorrow's huge clash in the Premier League. Right then, Liverpool away tomorrow at Anfield. Arguably the toughest game in the Premier League season, but tomorrow is a big chance for Leicester to take all 3 points against the injury-stricken Liverpool side. Of course, we come into today's game on some very good form. Of course, we currently sit top of the Premier League table. That could change going into tomorrow's game. As I'm recording this, we are top of the Premier League table. Of course, we got that 1-0 win against Wolves at the King Power Stadium last month, sending us top place in the Premier League. And we are on some very good form in all competitions as well, that being included in our Europa League campaign as well. So yeah, we are coming into today's game on very good form. We have a couple of players come back into the lineup from injury as well. So yeah, things are looking up for the Foxes after the international break. Players should be fully refreshed after a busy period in the Europa League as well. So yeah, tomorrow offers a big chance for Leicester to get the win against Liverpool at Anfield, but it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. But we are coming into the game on good form, so I do believe Leicester can have a slight chance of beating Liverpool tomorrow at Anfield. Of course, Liverpool come into today's game with a lot of injuries, like Finn was absolutely crying about, and to be honest, Leicester have quite a lot of injuries as well. We've been missing players such as Ndidi, Ricardo. There's been players out like James Maddison for a few games here and there as well, and Seumchu is one in that injury list as well. So yeah, both sides come into this game on injuries, but obviously Liverpool are in an absolute crisis with the amount of injuries they're having at the moment. Virgil van Dijk's out, Trent's out, Gomez is out, Fabinho is potentially out, or Salah is going to be missing this game as well due to illness. So yeah, it's a big opportunity for Leicester to get the win, but we can't really underestimate them because they still have some good players to come in depth. And they have a couple of players coming back like Fabinho and possibly Thiago in midfield as well. So yeah, it's still going to be tough for Leicester, but it's definitely a chance to get the win against Liverpool and break their crazy unbeaten record at Anfield. I think it's at around 63, 64 games, and the last team to break that record was actually Leicester City as well in the 1980s. So fingers crossed it can happen tomorrow, but it's going to be a tough game. The way I think the game will plan out, I think Leicester will sit back. I think we'll get onto the formation type of thing later on just with my predicted lineup, but I think Leicester will sit back, try and soak up that pressure and hit Liverpool and hit a weakened defence on the counter-attack with the likes of Vardy, Barnes, Maddison all coming forward, and of course Leicester are very, very dangerous on the counter-attack. I can see Leicester having large periods of the ball as well for some parts of the game, but overall I think the general plan will be for Leicester to sit back, soak that pressure up in that back five and get Liverpool on the counter attack. It's a big chance for Leicester to get the win. We are playing good football at the moment. We've been looking good away from home as well. We've won every single game this season away from home in the Premier League and in the Europa League as well. So yeah, things are looking good for Leicester. The way it's going, you would expect Leicester to get the win, but overall it's still going to be a tough game, but it's a big opportunity tomorrow for Leicester to potentially get a title. It's not really a shock win, to be honest, because Liverpool have a lot of injuries, but it will be crazy if Leicester can get the win tomorrow against Liverpool, who of course have that crazy record at Anfield. It's going to be tough, but Leicester definitely have a big opportunity tomorrow to get the win against Liverpool away from home. So then, that is it for the Liverpool side of things and my thoughts on tomorrow's game. So yeah, let's get straight into my predicted lineup. So this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go to start against Liverpool at Anfield tomorrow. So yeah, the formation which we're going for is going to be the 3-4-3 formation. Of course, that can easily change to the 5 at the back, and the front 3 will be with the 2 inverted cams, which I'll move on to later. But yeah, that is the formation I'll be going for. Starting off though in goal, of course, I'm going to be going with Kasper Schmeichel. We picked up a slight injury in the international break with Denmark, but I'm pretty sure that Kasper is fully fit, ready for the game tomorrow against Liverpool. It's going to be important in the game. He's going to have to make a lot of saves, but overall, hopefully Kasper can have a good performance, and overall he's made a great start to the Premier League season. And most recently he's been picking up quite a few clean sheets as well. He made that brilliant save against Wolves a few weeks ago as well. So yeah, for me, Kasper Schmeichel starts in goal, the easiest position on the pitch for me. Right then, moving into the back 3 then. So yeah, the 3 centre-backs for tomorrow's game against Liverpool. Starting off, Wesley Fofana. He has a slight injury concern, but I think he's going to be ready for the game against Liverpool. So yeah, Wesley Fofana is going to be the first centre-back for me. Of course, he's came in, did a fantastic job, had probably, I think he got the man of the match award against Wolves last time out as well. So yeah, for me, Wesley Fofana starts. He's going to be important coming up against lots of Sadio Mane, Diego Jota, Firmino if he's playing as well. So yeah, it's going to be important, but it's going to be a big task for Wesley Fofana. It's going to be his first real big game in the Premier League. It's a tough task, but I definitely think he's got the ability in there because he's made a great start to his Leicester career in the Premier League and in the Europa League as well, and he's looked perfect in every single game. So yeah, for me, Wesley Fofana is going to be the first centre-back tomorrow. Alongside him, I'm going to be going with the experienced head of Johnny Evans. I think Johnny Evans is going to be very experienced tomorrow. He's going to be a key player in that Leicester back line, especially with the Liverpool threat, which they're still offer going forward. Obviously, there's no Mohamed Salah, but they definitely have some good replacements in there with lots of Jota, Shaqiri, Mane, Firmino as well. So yeah, it's still going to be tough, but for me, Evans is going to start alongside Fofana, and the final centre-back to line up alongside them two is going to be Christian Fuchs for me. Of course, Sung-Chu is still out just with the injury, but he should be back in the next few weeks. But obviously, Fuchs is came in that centre-back role, and he's done a fantastic job as well. He's also very experienced as well. It's Christian Fuchs. Yeah, my 3 centre-backs are going to be Wesley Fofana, Johnny Evans, and Christian Fuchs. So then, moving into the midfield for tomorrow's game, of course, the 2 wingers on the far side will go back into the wing-back positions defensively. So yeah, starting off with the right wing-back, I'm going to be going with Timothy Castagne to come back into the line. Of course, he picked up an injury, but he looks to be back and he's in contention according to Brendan Rodgers' press conference a couple of days ago. So yeah, for me, Castagne is going to come into that right wing back role. He's very good there. Of course, he started the season so well, Leicester. Very disappointed to see him get an injury, but I think Timothy Castagne is going to come straight back into the lineup in that right back / right wing back position. He's good going forward, good defensively, and he's going to be very key in the game. So yeah, the right wing back is going to be Timothy Castagne. The 2 centre midfielders, the first one is going to be Youri Tielemans, who scored 2 goals for Belgium in the Nations League in the international break. Of course, he scored against England, which was a bit of a weird one for me. But yeah, Youri Tielemans Tielemans is going to start in that centre mid role. Of course, he's been brilliant so far this season. He's been brilliant for Belgium as well, in the internationals as well. So yeah, hopefully Yuri can continue this good run of form into the game against Liverpool. It's going to be key. I think just the battle in the middle of the park is going to be key. So yeah, hopefully Yuri Tielemans can have a solid game against Liverpool tomorrow. The man alongside him, I'll be going with Napalis Mendy. Of course, he's came in as well and did a fantastic job. He's going to be a key part of this game as well in that centre defensive midfielder role. He's just coming in front of the three centre backs as well. And it's going to be important to mark the men like Firmino, who like to drop a bit deeper into that midfield. So yeah, two centre mids, Tielemans, Mendy. Left wing back, I'm going to be going with James Justin. Of course, he's usually on that right hand side, but he can play on the left hand side as well. So yeah, James Justin is going to be the left wing back for me for tomorrow's game. He's going to also be key as well. So yeah, my midfield is going to be Castagna, Tielemans, Mendy, and on the left hand side it's going to be James Justin. So then, moving into the front three, of course, this is the weird formation which Leicester play with the two more inverted cams who come in off the flanks and support the striker, which I'll get onto later. We get the two cams, starting off the right one, I'm going to be going with James Maddison. Of course, sadly, he didn't get the England call-up, which is still strange to me, but at least he's not going to get injured and he's fully fit heading into the game. Of course, he's only just came into the lineup for the large majority of the game. He obviously came into the season with a slight injury, but he looks like James Maddison is going to be starting most games now. So yeah, James Maddison is going to start. He started the season quite well. He scored a couple of goals here and there, scored quite a few goals in the Europa League as well. So yeah, James Maddison is going to be the first cam for me. He's going to be very important on that counter-attack, and hopefully James Maddison can be that player to make the pass, that final pass in that counter-attack to the likes of Vardy and the other cam as well. So yeah, James Maddison is going to start in that first cam role. The other cam is going to be Harvey Barnes. Of course, Barnes is more of a natural ringer, but he can definitely go and can float onto that left hand side, and so can James Maddison. Obviously, James Maddison might become more central, so I think them two will work quite well next to each other. So yeah, Harvey Barnes is going to offer that width for Leicester, coming in off that left hand side, coming inside as well, making chances, and he's going to be important on that counter attack with his pace and dribbling ability. So yeah, my two cams, Maddison and Barnes, and up front, of course, it's going to be Jamie Vardy. Scored last time out against Wolves. He's joint top scorer in the Premier League. He's got a good record against Liverpool. So yeah, can Jamie Vardy get a goal? Fingers crossed he can. He's going to be up against a weakened defence of Liverpool as well. So yeah, Vardy's going to be the striker for me. Hopefully he can cause them some problems. He always does. So yeah, my front three, Barnes, Maddison and Jamie Vardy. That is going to be the front three for tomorrow's game, and hopefully some of them can get on the score sheet tomorrow. So then, that is it for the Liverpool side of things. My thoughts on the game and just then my predicted lineups. So yeah, let's get into my score prediction then for tomorrow's game. Now this is it's a tough one for me. I've been going through two different score predictions each week. I've been telling people different ones. So yeah, on my channel, the main prediction, I'm going to go with Leicester win. I'm going to go with a Liverpool 1, Leicester City 2. I've been going with that, or either a 1-1 draw, which should definitely happen as well. But for me, I'm just going to edge for that Leicester win. I'm going to be optimistic going into the game. I'm going to go with Vardy to get one, Maddison to get the other, and for Liverpool, I'll go with Diego Jota to score. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Leicester. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but I think Leicester have a big chance to get the win. We're playing good at the moment, so I honestly think that Leicester have a big chance of getting the win tomorrow. And fingers crossed we can. So yeah, if you have not already, let me know your score predictions, your thoughts on tomorrow's game as well in the comment section down below. So boys and girls, that is it for today's video. In today's video, I bring you guys the Liverpool versus Leicester City match preview for tomorrow's huge game in the Premier League. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, make sure to let me know by dropping a like. Also subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on tomorrow's game and your score predictions in the comment section down below. Just to quickly mention, I will be going live for tomorrow's game, so yeah, join me on the live watch time if you can. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.